Hey guys, it's Rhett from the 100 Acre Wood Highlands. Today we are working on one of our biggest routine annual expenses, and that is our winter feed costs. And so, we have a small fold. We got about 19 cows, and feeding them throughout the winter is one of the biggest things that can erode any profits that we might make from selling the calves. And so we've been working on different things to try to lower that annual cost of feed. And one of the things we did last year was we bought this big feed buggy. That way we could buy feed in bulk and pay better prices than buying it by the bag. And by the bag, you have to store it somewhere a little bit differently. Another thing that we've done this year is we baled some of our own pastures to get some of our own hay. It wasn't enough hay to cover all of our needs, but it will help. So today, with the prices of everything going up through the roof, I don't know what this feed is going to cost us, but we're going to hook onto this trailer, run down to the feed store, and see what we can find. So this big feed buggy, I can't remember for sure. It either holds 1,500 or 2,000 pounds. I just got done taking a broom and kind of sweeping some of the remnants of what was left in here out into a big tub. It's got a lid that kind of secures and keeps it dry. It's got a pull handle at the back. We slide it open. Apparently the cows think that it's time to get some feed. Sorry girls, it's all empty right now. Just got to go fill it up for you. But they sure seem to know exactly right where to go. Hey Moose, we're gonna go get you some feed. It has been so beautiful for the 1st of December the last few days, but we had some real strong winds and a cold front last night, and it is windy and chilly. And so I kind of wish that nice weather would have stuck around, but it is December, so can't expect that for forever. Hey, Pepper, what you doing, girl? There's some of my girls. Well, while I was in there rattling that feed buggy around, they heard me and came running from the back of the pasture. They thought I was going to give them some cubes right then, but I was all out. And I don't want to pull my truck in here and get it all dented and dinged up if I can keep from it. So I think I'm going to get a bale of hay from over here behind me and put it out so I can keep them distracted. Give me a chance to get in there and get loaded onto that trailer. What's up, little calf? I don't know exactly what one of those hay bales weighs, but it's enough that my little tractor will kind of buck and tip when I put one out on here on the front hay spears. I've got a hay spear thing on the back, but right now I've got this little grain drill attached to the back. We planted a little bit of wheat this year as one way to try to help lower some of our winter feed costs. It's definitely not enough because we only did just a few acres, but it was something to try so they can have some winter grazing. think it's so funny that they love to just come in here and just destroy these bales with their horns. They just toss them all around and tear them up while they're eating it. It's like they're so excited for it. And it doesn't matter if it's like the first hay bale I put out or the last hay bale up, they get fired up every time. So I'm not using a hay ring. And we have some hay rings out in the pasture, but all the hay rings that we have were from when I was growing up and we had cows that didn't have horns. And it's not really the best suited for cows with horns. So that's something I've been thinking about this year. You know, they're gonna waste a lot of this hay, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing. You know, some of this Bermuda grass seed is gonna get trampled, it's gonna get stepped on. It's gonna help sprig some of these bare areas here where a pipeline had come through a few years ago. But it also wastes a ton that they could be eating. So this barn door is just barely wide enough for the truck to fit in. And now it looks like we got Emporia in the way inside there, so that's not gonna make it any easier. All right, well, I got the truck and the trailer out of this pasture. Now I just need to kick Emporia out of the barn so she doesn't tear anything up or hurt herself. What are you doing back there? Get out. All right, everything's hooked up. Got it attached to the truck. Time to head to the feed store. I gotta get one of these next. So my neighbors raise Texas Longhorn cows, and he kind of jokingly told me one day that, you know, it's easy to make money off a farm. All you gotta really do is inherit the land, the barns, the trucks, the trailers, all the implement. Hopefully that land's got the mineral rights with it, you know, maybe a couple hundred head of cows and maybe a good trust fund, and just no problem to make a living off of cattle. But you know, that's kind of a joke what he was saying, but reality is everything is expensive. Trying to raise livestock, you know, it's very expensive to buy the land. You know, we can't just go out and build all the barns and all the fences and all the corral systems and get all the trucks and trailers and implements and every single thing that we want to all at once. And so, you know, each year I've been trying to kind of slowly add on and improve our little farm, you know. So I bought this place, this 18 acres next to my parents' place at the end of 2017. The house that was on it was, you know, 75 years old. There was a couple of barns, but they were run down, beat up, and just full of junk. And just over time, we have slowly kind of tried to fix the barns, fix the fences, get the equipment that we need. And right now, you know, luckily the prices of Highlands, if you're in the, you know, if you're in the selling market, are really, really great. You know, when I first did some of my videos on how much do a Highland cow cost, the prices were way lower than they are today. I did a video just several months back about the North Central Highland Cattle Association's auction prices, and it just seems like whether it's registered or unregistered, these cows are going for really, really high prices. And so it can be super tough for a small producer, you know, and I consider ours a small fold, to make a profit. You know, you've got animals that can get sick,
You can spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a registered animal and it could just die. You don't know whether the cow's going to have a bull or a heifer calf, and those animals can get sick and die. The feed prices can change on you. It's just every single thing, you know, is expensive, and having some losses can wipe out any of those gains that you make right off the bat. So, you know, this past year, 2021 calves, we had 5 born. Only one was a heifer. It was a white heifer. She was really cute. It was Dusty's calf. And I have no idea what happened, but about 3 days after she was born, she died. And so we were left with 4 bull calves. We're going to keep one as a steer for ourselves. I've got somebody else that wants a steer. Of course, we sold that one to Adler Farms. And then I've had 4 or 5 people reach out to me over the little white bull calf that we kept as a bottle baby. But the bulls, they absolutely don't get the same prices as the heifers do. And so, you know, let's just say that I'm going to sell these unregistered bull calves for $1,000 a piece, you know, maybe somewhere $1,200 a piece, something in that range. So you're looking at all year, my calf sales may only be $4,500. Now YouTube, I've made a little bit of revenue from YouTube. I never imagined in the world that it would ever amount to anything, but that's helped us a little bit. But our expenses will absolutely be $4,000 by the time you add in, you know, we're buying hay. We had some baled, but we're still buying some. We're probably going to spend over $1,000 in hay this winter. Just bought this trailer load of feed, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but it's going to add up to several $100s. If we buy any equipment at all, which, you know, I'm in the market for a squeeze chute. I'm going to show you a little clip of one that they've got at the feed store right now that I'd really like to get. You know, if we just take those 3 things, the squeeze chute, the hay, and the feed, that's all the profit from the calf sales that we'll get this year. So, you know, when you're doing it on a small scale, having little unexpected things come up, having a calf die or not having a lot of calves born can really eat away at your costs. So that's part of the reason why we're trying to do everything we can to lower our, you know, ongoing expenses like buying the feed, buying the hay, and rather than going out and buying all the stuff, you know, fixing the barn up 100%, you know, building small little pens, building catch pens, you know, buying all the hay trailers. I'd love to have different implements for the tractors. Rather than buying all that stuff at once, each year we're trying to slowly add and say, okay, what's the next thing? What can we add to make the operation a little bit better, a little bit more efficient? You know, what kind of tools do we need? And I think the next one on my list is a squeeze chute, because right now, anytime I need to catch a cow, you know, just something as simple as putting an ear tag in it or putting wormer medicine on them or fly medicine on them, it'd be a lot easier if I could get them into a little alley in a little squeeze chute to be able to apply that medicine, maybe give them some shots if I had to, ear tag them if I need to. But all that stuff really adds up. So what did this bulk load of feed cost us? We got 1,500 pounds. The trailer will hold more than 1,500 pounds, but that's all I got for today. I probably will fill it up again here before the winter's over. I'm not sure if we'll have to fill it up more than twice, but well, we have to see how that works out. But 1,500 pounds cost us $255.75, and we don't have to pay sales tax on that because we have a farm ID and it's used to feed the cattle. But if we were buying bags, to get 1,500 pounds, 50-pound bag, we'd have to buy 30 bags. And besides, you know, unloading by hand 30 bags and having to figure out some place to put it, I looked online just to kind of get an idea of what a bag of cattle cubes would cost me at the, you know, the local feed store, and $11.29 is what a 50-pound bag is costing right now. So if we bought 1,500 pounds worth in bags, that would cost us $338.70. So it works out to about a 25% savings by buying it in bulk. And we don't have to make as many trips to the store, so that's saving us some fuel and time. And I'm not having to worry about, you know, storing it in a barn where mice or raccoons or who knows what can like get into it, tear it up, get wet, get spoiled. So now that we're back here to the farm, I'm going to fill up a few buckets, pour out some for the calves. I've got bunk feeders or little troughs to put it in, but for right now, I'm just going to pour some out kind of over in the grass a little ways away so that they will not bug me while I back the trailer in and put it back in the barn.
All right, well, that should keep them occupied long enough for me to get the trailer pulled back into the barn and on with the rest of our day. So guys, if you haven't found us before, you can look us up on Facebook by searching 100 Acre Wood Highlands. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you on the next video.